Today I got 5 things you need to know before you buy a Cadillac ATS. The first thing is powertrain. That is a 4-cylinder. It's 2 liters, turbocharged. These things, 2014, 2013, like to explode. What I mean by that is they have low speed pre-ignition problems, and ash from the oil gets inside the cylinder walls and detonation occurs. So one of the things that really helps is a oil catch can, and that dipstick is really hot. And the other thing is a low ash oil. So AMS oil would probably be your best bet. But yes, that's something you need to look out for. These things don't have a specific mileage they like to go at. They just like to go, you know, with cylinder number 3. That's the one that usually goes on these things. So I mean, that's something you need to be aware of if you're looking at these. The 3.6 liter naturally aspirated doesn't really have that problem, and the ATS-V doesn't have that problem. So I mean, it's just a 2 liter. The other thing you need to look at here is if the Y clamp for the coolant hosing starts to crack. You can see mine starting to crack too. So if you notice your car is losing a little bit of coolant, that might be why, or you know, something to look at while on the dealership lot. But I mean, other than that, these things are pretty stout. The other thing, and I would say the second thing you really need to look at, is the differential. So if you have the opportunity to get this thing up in the air and look at the differential, if it's leaking, you know, you probably need to replace the seal and replace the fluid. They're weak differentials, so I would highly recommend getting this thing inspected before you buy it. The next thing you need to know about is the Q system. This thing is a piece of junk, especially in 2013. So that big purr. Sometimes these things have like this whole kind of thing that comes up, but it's like really slow. You see that? Sometimes it doesn't react, but it is super slow. It gets the job done, really. But I mean, if you live like in a really hot place, maybe like Florida or Arizona, you might want to consider a sun reflector for your windshield. Otherwise, this thing, it'll cook and, you know, just go to hell. And kind of the same thing with if you live in a really cold place. You know, it'll jack it up, and the digitizer will be totally messed up. Number 4 thing is the seats. These are super nice and soft, and the whole interior is just covered in leather, and it's really nice. But these seats cannot handle a lot of weight. So if you're a bigger guy, such as myself, maybe I would say like 250 pounds and above, you're gonna mess up the seat brackets. They're gonna bend and they're gonna crack, and you know, you're just gonna have a really, really bad time. Not to say that, you know, you shouldn't buy this car, but maybe you should consider something else like a CTS-V. Yeah, I would say the 5th thing is this thing has a 5-star crash rating from the NHTS, I think it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. You can really find it. Don't mind the little tire light. It's nothing really crazy. It's just, come on. Oh yeah, so it just doesn't react. You can do it. There we go. It's just saying that the passenger front tire is not registering. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, it's actually a really safe car. You know, it's got crash avoidance things. It's not going to stop for you because, well, this is a 2013, but you know, these things do help. There's a little thing right there that will flash red on the windshield when you're about to hit something. Your seat will vibrate. It's the strangest thing, both sides. or if you're, you know, departing lanes, it'll vibrate in which side, you know, lane you're moving from if you don't have your turn signal on. So, you know, these are just little things. You guys got probably a couple extra more than you wanted to know about. But overall, this is a pretty great car. It drives wonderfully. I have the strut tower brace on there, so the steering's a little bit sharper, but you know, overall this is a pretty great handling car, and you don't have too much to be worried about. Some people will complain about the on the automatic transmission, the 1 to 2 shift, and being a little jerky. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast. They'll take it to the dealership and then they'll swap out the fluid and they'll solve the problem. I mean, I haven't seen it where it's been, you know, transmission just grenades or something like that. I mean, it's a 6-speed automatic. It's not gonna, you know, as long as you're not pushing like 600 horsepower through it, you know, you should be fine. And another thing is, I'm no expert, so, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, but these are some of the things that I've seen and that most people on here complain about. Also, a little bonus thing, that bad boy opens up. I know you degenerates will like to hide your paraphernalia in there, but you know, other than that, this thing's really, really great. So, oh yeah, and the back seats don't fold down, so I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, I've got nothing else for you guys. Subscribe, like, really appreciate it. Out.